Well, I field a lot of questions about restrictive covenants and non-competes. From employees, there's usually questions about whether it's lawful or how enforceable it is, and really how the employee can navigate with, having executed a non-compete agreement or something like that. Often when they're considering a job change or they have concerns about their employment and they want to know what's going to happen if they find themselves without, their current role. From employers, I'm mostly dealing with, first and foremost, writing the documents in a way that are legally compliant and can make them as effective as possible within the law. Or alternatively, immediate concerns over, either someone who is departing, with potential plans to go to another company or has already departed and the employer gets word that, hey, they're going after our clients or they're working in a way that they shouldn't be working under their contract. For both sides, enforcement of restrictive covenants and non-compete agreements is very challenging. It can be quite costly. And so I take a really pragmatic approach to handling those things. From the employer, sometimes it requires being very aggressive very quickly to ensure that whatever your concerns are, you're going to put a stop to it. A lot of the times, the juice might not be worth the squeeze. There's concerns about technical compliance, but you have to ask yourself, where are we going to go with this, and what's the result that we're going to get, and is it worthwhile for us? And from an employee, they need to know what's out of bounds and what's fair game in terms of what they can and can't do. A lot of people have perceptions about whether these things are enforceable. They come in and, you hear about them in the news sometimes. So it's helping provide guidance in that area. So from my background, when I do advisory work as well as litigation work, it helps me sort of try to reach the best net positive result. And that's always the bottom line of my approach to legal disputes and legal claims is, how can we do things effectively, both in terms of getting results and cost effectiveness. So we know where we can end up and what we can do to make it right in the best possible way without spending an enormous sum on litigation or walking down paths that could lead to that. My goal is to provide clarity up front and effective representation to yield the best results, whether it's for an employer or an employee.